Okay, this is the Russian doll's perspective. Here's a clever illustration. You know, Russian dolls are like usually made of wood or ceramic. The little ones sit inside the tiny one, the small one, the medium, the larger, the gigantic one. They all fit together, um, and that's the image that I have of understanding this complicated situation is to see it as these different. And one way to look at it is in terms of roles. Now, in a, let's say, a conventional suburban man might be an employee of a corporation or self-employed, be a husband and a father, a little league coach, Sunday school teacher, and a golfer. So his day, his week, his time, his energy, his wardrobe, his diet, his exercise, his relationships are all involved in those things, and they all interface and interconnect with each other, right? There's that view. I got this especially a lot of years ago. I went to a fundraising seminar, and it said that donors see people that these, like on the mission field, either somebody from their family, that's a family member, so over there happens to be in Asia or Africa or Latin America, and so you relate to them as if they're a family member or a friend. Now, there's my good friend who's over there doing that church planting or that Bible translation work, or they're a minister. And as a minister, they're teaching and preaching, and so once in a while they send us samples of teaching and preaching. I know that they were in our church and we heard them teach and preach, and they're going to do more of the good things. Or they see them as an investment. Yeah, now they're going to not so much that they can now minister, but they're now taking language school or they're learning about the language of the culture. You know, their investment for the long term. And so those are four lenses that they showed that people see through, and that's really stuck with me, and that relates in a lot of ways to the things that will follow here next. Um, so, in other words, Brother John is kind of like, this is who I am as just as a regular human, and Jesus says, "Who are my brother and sister, but those who do the will of God." So it's here I am as just your Christian brother. A fellow pilgrim is kind of like, here's my spiritual walk. Here's what I'm doing to follow God. Here's my internal struggles with ministry, with life, with just dealing with the things that how to be a good Christian in this world. And minister at large, that is, I'm not a pastor, I'm not an evangelist, I'm an online minister, and I will indicate more about that later. Again, if you see those little things underneath it, you open it up, and there's lots of other pieces and parts up under there, lots of them. I preach on Saturdays. I'm going to have a series on knowing God intimately, preparing messages for getting back to basics and equipping Christian leaders. These are mostly seekers and new believers. Some of those are underground churches, more than 100 countries. So that's being a minister. That's going directly to the hearer. But there's another really big part. A lot of my mind and attention goes equipping people to become ministers and those are in ministry. I have some secular teachings, and other parts being a publisher. I'll just mention briefly that what I really want was at seminary for 12 years. What I really wanted to do was for the people that were there that could teach and preach and that had great gifts and insights to get them online. I want to create a platform, a system, so that they can just present their audio or video or their text, and they can go online, they can edify, they can get income from it, they get a following, they get prayers. I just want to be a publisher. And then the founder, that's a very big, crazy, complicated piece, a really big part of my calling in my life. I'm not going to click that one open right now, but just to give you a sense that these are like I'm not just a preacher. I'm not just an equipper. I'm all these things. These are, like I said, these are like the Russian doll perspective. And and I need to learn how to teach and preach online so that I can equip others and equip them so that I can publish them. And I have secular lessons. I've learned a lot of things from the School of Hard Knocks, and all that leads to this other great big piece here that again I'm not going to open right now. We will later. Um, so that's that. Thank you.